Do you feel that as an actor, going into producing and directing, that you have more control in getting the actor to do what you want them to do than if you were never an actor?
Well, see, as an actor, I know what I've always looked for and hoped for from a director. And so therefore, I know how to feed an actor, how to feed his ego, how to feed his needs, how to get the best performance out of him or her that I can get, and still being diplomatic about it. Lee Strasberg was the other way. He always figured, kind of like the Marine Corps, you have to tear them down in order to rebuild them. Well, I disagree with that. Okay, I don't believe in tearing down anybody for anything, especially an actor on his performance. If I'm not quite satisfied with the actor's performance, I'll look at him and say, that was a really good interpretation. It's really nice, but I see it this way. Let's try it another way. I feel that's much better than telling somebody, you're all wrong, you're stupid, you're not an actor, and you have no business being here, which is things that I've heard in my training throughout my career, and I heard it, seen it done to other actors, and in my head I say no, that's not the way it should go. And that does, it makes a big difference. It's really great when you have a good relationship and a good rapport with the entire crew, everyone from the actor to behind the scenes. They all really need to get along. You want the whole project to be fun and entertaining for yourself, and that shows in the performance. You can really see that. To me, it makes a much better production.
In Hollywood here, I recently talked with Dennis Hopper, and he had mentioned to me that a lot of filmmaking is being accomplished in Mexico because you get tax credits, and it's
New Mexico.
New Mexico, rather. Sorry about that, folks, but they get tax credits, and of course, it's much more cost effective. So that's cut down on a lot of movie making in Hollywood. Is that true?
Yes, that is true, and I hate to say, California is a beautiful state. I mean, everything any filmmaker or any person just wanting to reside here could ever imagine or want is right here in this state. But the state, to me, has really become very unfriendly toward filmmakers. They'll tax you and fee you to death. Whereas in states like New Mexico, Texas, the southern states, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, and Arizona is paying a 30% tax credit of the budget to go film there. New Mexico is doing the same thing, and some of the states are even doing more than that. Why? Because they want to draw in filmmakers, create their films there. It's kind of like that old cliche where I think it was George Bush Sr. was put down for trickle-down economics. Well, let me tell you, in this business, trickle-down economics really works. On prison, I'm employing 300 families. If those 300 families are right here in the LA area, what does that do to the local economy? These people spend their money on rent or mortgages, buy cars, clothes, food, entertainment, everything. That money's earned here and it's spent here. But for some reason, our political system just doesn't seem to want to see it that way, where other states do, and that is attracting a lot of people. I'll be doing 2 films in Arizona, Prism, well, mainly because that's where the real events actually happen. Another film that I have, which is called Death Keeps Coming, we'll be shooting it's a supernatural western set in the 1880s. Really, really fun film. We'll be shooting that in Arizona. Big time advantages. You've got to be able to pay your crews, pay your actors, and still create a profit for the investors.
Is there a time when westerns will really come back into being, do you think?
I think they are back into being. There's been a lot of success with the Estevez family, Martin Sheen's sons, when they did the Billy the Kid ones. They worked really good. Crow had extremely good success with the Western he did. What was it? Something to Yuma. What the heck was the name of that film?
Don't remember that one, but there's sure a lot of good Westerns out there.
Yeah, there are a lot of good Westerns out there. I like the old ones better, like pictures like High Noon and films like that. Back in those early days in the 30s and early 40s and even into the 50s, they didn't have the technical advantages we have today, such as special effects, visual effects, and what have you. So they depended more strongly on a good, strong storyline. Whereas today, you have such technological advances, you can make anything appear anywhere at any time. They could do just about anything they want with it, and so they don't really need to depend as much on the good story. My dad always used to tell me, he said, son, he says, the better the story, the less sex and violence you need in it to sell it. The weaker the story, the more sex and violence you need in it to sell it.
That's really something to think about when you think about what's being shown on the screens today.